Hi, I'm Erin McGuire, energy wellness expert and mindset coach, and you're watching my Pure Light Wellness YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I wanted to do video number 2 of a two-part series from the first video. If you didn't watch it, please go back and watch. It's called Are You Passive Aggressive? And today's video is really about setting boundaries, setting healthy boundaries, and the importance of doing that, and why to do it, and how to do it. Maybe, hopefully, to give you some sort of helpful advice to help you set boundaries. That has been one of the hardest things for me, I'd have to say, in my life. Growing up with an alcoholic mom, this is the first time I'm sharing this on video. I am an adult child of an alcoholic, and I do work with clients that are ACOAs. I'm also a highly sensitive person and an empath, so, that's just a whole shebang of crazy, interesting stuff mixed together in a pot, and it created me. But I think that there is a lot of us out there that can also definitely connect with being ACOA, HSP, and empaths, or at least one out of the three, maybe more than one out of the three. And so that's why I'm getting more and more open about sharing that with you. So when you grow up with an alcoholic parent, one of the traits when you're an adult child of an alcoholic is really having a hard time setting boundaries, because those were never taught to us when we were children. So, nobody ever really asked us, what do you need, or what's important for you in this moment, or how can I take care of you, or whatever. And there were no real healthy boundaries set between parent and child. And so it was not something we learned. So as an adult, I've had to learn through trial and error, lots of error, how to set boundaries. And to be honest, I'm still working on it, if I'm really honest with you. But I'm getting better, and I'm getting better because it's learning to love myself. And I learned that as I love myself more and more, I don't really want to be treated like crap from people. So that right there helps me set boundaries, because I'm like, oh, this person doesn't really have a behavior that I like, and I tell them about it, and maybe that behavior will change for a little bit, and then they might go back to that old behavior, and then I realize, wow, they didn't even listen to my boundary, and that doesn't feel very loving. And so then I go back and I find a new way of saying it again, but it's about holding people. If you set a boundary with somebody and they follow it for a little bit and then they stop, it's about holding that person to that boundary. So it can be uncomfortable if this is not a strong suit of yours. And if you're an ACOA or a highly sensitive person, it is definitely not a strong suit for you. And it's something you're going to have to teach yourself over and over and over again. And the biggest thing you can hold is, I love myself enough to not let myself be treated this way. And to really be clear on how you feel loved and how others can treat you. And then we have to teach people how to treat us. So Tony Robbins said a wonderful thing. He said, you get what you tolerate. And that goes with not only with how we let other people treat us, but also in the feelings and thoughts that we have. If I'm constantly thinking negative thoughts, or if I'm constantly feeling sad or depressed or upset or, anxious, I get what I tolerate. He's like, he gets angry, he gets upset, but he doesn't stay there. He pulls himself out of it, and he has ways to get out of that. So we get what we tolerate on all levels of life, but especially with what are you tolerating from other people. So I want you today to go home, go home. I don't know why I said that. You're probably already at home. Maybe you're watching this on your phone. Maybe that's why I said that. Either way, I want you to write down a name of somebody that you are having a problem with in your life. Could be something simple, it could be something big. But that person in your life that you need to set a boundary with, or you need to have a conversation with and speak your truth to, and you just have been avoiding it and not doing it, and then feeling ickier and ickier and ickier every time you see that person or you have to be around that person. So I want you to write that name down. Maybe there's a few names that come to mind. And then I want you to make that boundary decide to stand up for yourself, decide to speak your truth, and speak it to that person. Do it with love, do it with compassion, but speak your truth and say what you need to say. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know that's scary. I know how scary that is, because just thinking about it gives me a little bit of anxiety, to be honest, when I have to talk to somebody like that, because of how we were raised. You got to fight if you're scared of something, sometimes you got to fight against that a little bit. Because on the other side of that fear is power. And you do it once, it's going to get easier the second time. You do it a second time, it's going to get easier the third time, and so on. For me, in my opinion, it's still a little bit scary, but it's not this big, huge monster that I'm like, oh my God, I have to tell somebody the truth. It's like, I know now, I love myself, I'm going to say that, because I love myself enough that if I don't, it's going to hurt me. And so I want you to get to that place. And if you're still struggling with loving yourself, I have a 40 Days to Radical Self-Love online program. You can find a link below that will help you in 40 days learn how to teach yourself how to love yourself. I had to learn. It was not something that was taught to me. I'm going to be talking more about that in another video, talking more about being an ACOA and different traits that we pick up from that, and how we pull our caregivers into how we treat ourselves. How our caregivers treated us is how we treat ourselves. So more to come on that, my friends. Lastly, I just want to leave you with a couple of mantras to say for boundary setting, okay? So I just want you to say, it's safe and easy for me to set boundaries. And I release the fear around setting boundaries. We can even do a tapping with that. If you go back to one of my earlier videos, Clearing the Subconscious, where I teach you how to tap, I want you to do that tapping exercise. So on the left, you'll do, I no longer believe that it's unsafe to set boundaries. You'll do that 5 times. And on the right, you'll do, it's safe and easy for me to set boundaries with people. It's safe and easy for me to set boundaries with people. You'll do that 5 times on the right. Left is your negative, right is your positive. I no longer believe, and then that belief, and the right is the positive. So again, I try to make these videos short, but they're always a bit long because I just have so much to say, and I really have a lot that I want to give you guys. So keep coming back here. Know that there's always going to be great content for you, because I really want to help you guys from all the things, trial and error I've had to go through in my life. I at least want to pass that on. So please come back, share this, subscribe to this channel, and share with your friends. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook under Pure Light Wellness. You can go to purelightwellness.com for lots more free content and information. And you can find me on Twitter at I am a soul on fire. Please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.